This video was made in association with African Custom Knives. ACK is the leading US-based purveyor of South African handmade cutlery. Head over to africancustomknives.com for exclusive deals on rare custom knives. What is up, everybody, and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at these Black Dragon Forge neck knives as well as a Black Dragon Forge fixed blade. This video is sponsored by African Custom Knives. They sent along these neck knives, and I actually snagged the fixed blade from a friend. He had seen the fixed blade on African Custom Knives a while ago. He was interested. I helped him purchase it, and I asked to borrow it for the purposes of this video. So if you guys don't know, Black Dragon Forge is a South African forge maker, and I don't know the name of the gentleman behind the forge, but he is very active in the community. And by that, I don't necessarily mean the whole knife community, even though he is, but he's very active in his local community. So if you follow him on Instagram, it's really cool. You'll see him teaching lots of new and up-and-coming makers, teaching kids how to forge and everything like that. And you can just really tell that he's a beacon for learning about forging and knife making and everything for the community. They make all kinds of stuff: regular knives, big fixed blades, axes, and all kinds of different things that you can forge. So that's really interesting. So if we jump in here real quick, you can see, I'll just give you guys a quick glimpse of some of these neck knives. These are all available right now at africancustomknives.com. For these, if you're into skulls, obviously that's super dope. This one has a little bit of kind of like a skull flame thing going on. I really like the the sort of hollow grind on each side of this little hawk bill sort of shaped, blade. I don't know why I couldn't remember the word blade for a second there. But you can get your fingers in here pretty well, and this functions as a great little like box cutter, something like that. Good little neck knife. And then this third one here, you can see has a ring. There's another little skull inside there. And so this is pretty cool. You can hold it like this. You get your middle finger through the ring. You got a nice big choil section for your index finger. And then you can use this to kind of get in wherever you're headed. Obviously, another good kind of box cutter thing going on there. So those are all very interesting. And then let's check out this fixed blade as well, because I think that does a really good job of showing you what Black Dragon Forge is capable of. All right, now the first thing that I want to show you guys is the sheath. When my friend Jason got this knife and I first opened it up and saw the sheath, I was so impressed. It's obviously genuine leather. It's super cool. It's got this really interesting texturing. It's got this sort of wrap here with the belt loop, and it's tied together with paracord here. It's just, God, it's really great finish. I'm almost more happy with the sheath than I am the knife. I think I told that to Jason when we first got it. But you can see that the sheath is of super high quality, and so the knife was priced at a really great price point for a knife itself, for a really basic sheath. So to have something a little bit cooler, a little bit more fun and interesting, a little bit more robust even, was really, really nice. Now, it does need to be said that this knife is D2 steel, and because of where I'm at, I'm having tons of issues with rust on this thing. When I borrowed it from my friend and pulled it out, it was already rusted over, all over the handle, and so I've repeatedly tried to get rid of a lot of that, but I've struggled. We did get some rust even on the blade here, which I did take care of and have since oiled the blade pretty significantly, so no new issues have spawned, but that is an unfortunate... There was no time to get in and oil this blade correctly before it was rusted. It came to me like that. So you can see the handle's still a little bit rusty, but I did get most of the blade cleaned out. This is cancer. This is corrosion that's kind of not fixable, but you can see here there's I wouldn't even call this jimping. I'd call it more like these little hole cutouts. They do provide they're sharp. They hurt. I'll be honest and say they hurt. They would function very, very well with a set of gloves though. And this being a rather large fixed blade here, I can imagine that if you were doing hard work with it, you'd probably be wearing gloves anyway. And I would say that this would function very well with gloves. And then of course it fits very well with your thumb here. I do very much like this top swedge. They did this really cool little design here on the flats, sort of like hammered or whatever they do to achieve that. Very similar to like what you might see on like a fiddleback forge, although it's got more aggressive lines and angles than like a fiddleback forge, but that's something that I really enjoy. And then of course you have this hand rub satin finish all along the bevels. The G10 is finished very, very well. I really like sort of what they've done here with the contouring and everything. Feels very comfortable in the hand. It is a particularly heavy knife, but that's due to this very thick blade stock. And overall, I think this knife gives you a really good sense that, I think these are like anywhere between $100 and $300 depending on, the size and the configuration and everything. And that's a really, really great price. I mean, this thing is super wicked. It's super solid. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. It's very comfortable in the hand. The G10's super smooth. And overall, I just think it's kind of a steal for a fixed blade. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of what Black Dragon Forge has to offer, I definitely recommend going over to African Custom Knives and checking those out. They have a pretty big inventory for them. So you should be able to find something that suits your needs. And of course, there's a lanyard hole here as well, before I forget that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you would like to see beautiful pictures of all these amazing knives, you can of course follow me on Instagram at tovarishworks. And if you'd like to drop me a line for any reason, you can hit me up at tovarishworks@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.